Hello and welcome to the 6th round of the second Man on Fire film Toribash tournament. I'm rank 11 Paladin Jack Morris, and flying their flags tonight he's bulging with what could be muscle. It's Fatman. And you'd better watch out because you can't crack him. It's safe. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, and here we are, Saif versus Fatman, a second dan black belt versus a brown belt. Now, this is going to be relatively close. There's not a lot of gap between second dan black belt and brown belt, at least as far as I know. I mean, there's a bit of a gap, but it's not as big as we've seen. And that was a really, really quick first round. I was not expecting that. Okay, we have Fatman on the left going for a pooping sort of attack there. And looks like Saif is going for a relatively defensive grab, kind of a clap sort of thing. Both players kind of going defensive there. Neither one of them is being that aggressive. And, okay, I may have spoken too soon there. Now, before I talk about what they're doing, I'm going to do my best to not move the camera this round. It was kind of a complaint a couple of rounds ago that I moved the camera too much, so I'm going to try my best not to move it, but I do generally move it so I can see all aspects of the body to try and keep my eyes out for fractures and stuff. Alright, so we have Fatman. He's going to need to catch himself there, which I think he did with that arm. I think he kind of threw his bounce back around. I would say he's at a slight advantage here. Both his legs are kind of a bit too forward. Now, you can see I'm moving the camera here because I'm just trying to get a good angle on it and see if there's any fractures. It is difficult to tell what's fractured and what's not because of his blue. I don't really know what to call that. Because of his blue. Alright, Fatman's obviously clearly been lifted here, and I don't think he's... he is grabbing on with that hand, so if Saif lets him go, it's probably not going to throw him out, but it's definitely going to throw him at a disadvantage. No pun intended right there. I would say Saif definitely has a very sizable advantage here. Fatman's going to have a hard job getting out of this, although it is not impossible. He could quite possibly twist Saif into the ground and tap him out before he taps out. Keeping his legs high is definitely a good idea here to make sure Saif can't kind of spike him into the ground, but I still think that's going to be an issue as he is kind of hurtling towards the edge of the arena here. I think that, I don't know, he could catch himself with his left leg there. If he extends his left leg, he might be able to hold on for at least one more turn. Got there in the end, but it does look like Saif is, well, he definitely has the upper hand here. Fatman's going to have a hard job getting out of this, but it is not impossible. It can be done. I'm sure we were about to see whether this can be pulled out. Nope, there we have it. Saif wins round 1. That's 1-0 to Saif, so let's move on. Now, I imagine Fatman's going to be playing a very, very defensive game this round. It's one more loss and he is out of the tournament. So I can't imagine he's going to be doing anything too crazy. If anything, I'd say he'd be trying to go low, stay defensive, so that if he does lose a body part, which, that's a very good opener. Holy shit, that's an insta-decap in the first game. As I've said throughout this tournament, that first move in Twin Swords is so very important. And if that doesn't prove it, nothing will. That's a straight-up decap. Fatman with a very, very aggressive opener and a very well-played opener. That is going to cost Saif very dearly as that head, well, I mean, I don't think he'll do this, as I imagine he's just going to focus on cutting Saif into more bits. But if he could kick Saif's head, that could go out and tap him out. That's going to be a big disadvantage right there. That's one body part that Fatman can just throw straight out. Fatman pulling no punches in NF to stay in this tournament. That's a very, very interesting move. But I imagine Saif's going to be trying to follow that up with a slash, although Fatman now definitely with the upper hand. All I imagine he's going to do here is lower his shoulder to cut Saif into little itty bits, and I think that might sort of seal the deal, unless that arm kind of flies off into Fatman, which admittedly is very, very possible, and I'm sure we're about to see what's about to happen any second now. There we are, cuts off the arm, cuts sort of a lot of things off actually, and I think that body part is going to be the bane of Saif here, because even if he manages to get a slash on Fatman, that body part is on its way sailing out of the arena. That was a very, very good round for Fatman, really brought it back after that Aikido match. I don't think there's anything Saif can do here. I don't think he has enough control over either of his arms anymore to actually get a slash in on Fatman, but I've been surprised in the past. That's something we haven't seen before. He's stopping his head from rolling out by grabbing it with the loose arm. That's a very interesting move. But alas, too little too late. That body part is sailing merrily out of the arena, and I think is going to cost him the round, leading us into our final round. Unless something happens, maybe Fatman's going to explode and all his body parts are going to fly out of the ring. I'm unsure. And I think we're about to have it next turn. Fatman immediately locking his turn, knowing there is nothing Saif can do to get out of this. I think we're about to go 1-all into our final mod. Again, I really wish I could say there's some way, but there's literally no way that that bit of body is not going out. And by the looks of it, it looks like he was about to roll out anyway, so I think this round decisively won by Fatman. So 1-all, we go into our final mod. Alright, so here we are in 360 gold, people, and this is for all the marbles. We had a little bit of a bug there that I might put at the end of the video where for some reason they both skipped their first turn and span out. That was kind of weird, but we reset and we're back. Now this is, as I said, for all the marbles, both players fighting for their right to be in the second wave. And I really don't know how this can go. After Fatman's performance in Twin Swords, holy shit, I love this mod. Look at, that is just a... Alright, trying to sum this up. Both players have lost an arm, both players have lost a leg, both players are at a very... Oh wow, this could go absolutely either way. Oh, I guess it can't! Fatman wins in a very, very quick victory. I didn't see that coming at all. Holy shit, that was a very, very brutal opener in 360 gold, people. Saif fought very well, especially in Aikido. Fatman pulled it back in Twin Swords and then got the most confusing victory I've ever seen in 360 gold, people. Fatman will advance to the second wave. Good game by both players. My condolences to Saif. That was really well played. But alas, Fatman is the victor and will advance to the second wave. Congratulations to him, condolences to Saif. If you've enjoyed this as much as I have, please check us out on Facebook and Twitter and like and follow that respectively. We're trying to get the numbers up on that, so it'd be really great if you could go check it out. It's also a really great way to stay up to date on all the latest tournament videos because, you know, YouTube sub box right now is not the best. But I hope you've enjoyed. Please comment, like, subscribe, and put it in your favorites if you favorite it indeed. I've been Jack Morris from Man of 5 Films, and I shall see you next time, guys. Goodbye.